Hello everyone, and welcome to the online information session for the Kyoto Traditional Crafts Research Residency 2026. My name is Masahiko Takeda, co-director of Asterisk in Residence Kyoto. Thank you very much for joining us today. Here's our agenda for today's session. First, I will give a brief introduction of the Asterisk Residence program. Next, our program coordinator, Ishiyama-san, and the residence owner, Mio Heki and Atsushi Heki, will introduce the overview of this residency program and our facilities as well. Now, let me introduce Asterisk in Residence Kyoto. Based on the concept of creative stay, Asterisk in Residence Kyoto is a project designed to build a framework that helps international creators to stay and practice in Kyoto for 1 month or longer. Launched originally as a Kyoto City initiatives. This project is now in its third year. While we are still a young organization, we established incorporated association this year to officially launch and expand our programs. Kyoto City runs an official artisan residency program. However, it received over 1,000 applications each year for just a single slot, making it extremely competitive and narrow in focus. At the same time, among the many visitors coming to Kyoto, there is a growing demand from international creators, not only contemporary artists, but curators, creators across diverse fields such as design, architecture, crafts, research, food culture, and business, and so on, who wish to connect deeply with local culture, crafts practices, and the local creators, using self-funding or grant support from their home countries for mid to long-term stays. Yet, while Kyoto has plenty of hotels, there's still a lack of facilities and the framework of system designed for long-term creative stays. That's why Asterisk in Residency was founded. As part of these efforts, we are collaborating with the traditional crafts section of the Kyoto City government this year to launch this traditional crafts research residency, a project connecting Kyoto's rich crafts ecology with creative talent from around the world. So this is the brief introduction of the Asterisk in Residence Kyoto. Then now I'd like to introduce our speakers today and hand over the presentation to Ishiyama-san. Joining us today is Mio Heki. She's a collaborator in this program, and also she's a owner of the like old building Kominka project in Ninose. She's also known as the lacquer artist, and she's organizing the Kintsugi workshop as well. And Atsushi Heki, he's also owner of the our residency base, Konoe Air 7. And he's also known as like contemporary artist, dancer as well. And Ishiyama-san from TCI laboratory, who is going to present this program. And she's also our program coordinator. So now over to you, Ishiyama-san, for the program overview. Thank you.
Thank you, Takeda-san. Okay, my name is Aki Ishiyama. I'm a program coordinator for this specific program in Asterisk Residence. Thank you very much for changing the screen. the residency program specifically that we are presenting today is about craft, place, and living traditions. The theme is to uncover the Kyoto's traditional crafts and memories of place. So in Kyoto, maybe you know this already, but there are many traditional crafts. Actually, there are 74 categories of crafts still in practice. And traditional crafts are very beautiful. Of course, I think you already know this, but there are so much more behind each craft. Behind every crafted item, there are people who make them, and the skills that are passed down for hundred of years. And traditional crafts don't exist on their own. They actually depend on the nature around us for the materials, and also they depend on the communities of people who make them and who use them, and also who pass on the skills to. So in this residency program, we'd like to invite the participants to reconsider Kyoto's traditional crafts as a cultural practice rooted in local communities. The main area of your activity will be in Ninose, which I will explain in more detail later. And the invited resident will stay in Kyoto for 1 month, and you will have opportunities to meet with local craftspeople, researchers, and residents in the area, and explore new connections between your own practice and the community around traditional crafts in Kyoto. So why Ninose? I would like to explain about the location of your activity. The main research field will be Ninose, which is the northern part of Kyoto. It's surrounded by mountains, and forestry is big in the area. And there is a close relationship between nature, architecture, crafts, and local culture. The reason why we picked this location is historically actually dating back to 800s. The son of the emperor at the time lived in the area, and people still honor this prince as inventor of the wood turning technique, which is one of the traditional crafts in Kyoto. And this wood turning technique is used to create the lacquerware still in Japan, in Kyoto. And there's a shrine dedicated to him in this location, Ninose. One of the collaborators of this program, Mio-san, is a lacquer artist herself, and she is working on the project to revitalize a traditional house in Ninose to turn it to her atelier and cultural space open to the local community. The house you can see on the number 3 research field site, that's the house that she has. And this Ninose area will be the main research field for you for this program. But it's not limited to just to the Ninose area. And there are 2 other locations that you can spend your time in Kyoto. One of them is residence, which is you can see on the number 1 accommodation. It's called Konoe Air 7 Residence. It's located in Yoshida area in Kyoto, which is towards the south. From if you are in Inose, you look south is this Yoshida area, which is about 40 minutes by train from Inose to Konoe Air Residence. And second place that you can spend your time in is a studio, which is called the Site in Moto Tanaka area in Kyoto. And between the accommodation and the site would be about 20 minutes by bus and 30 minutes by walk. And you can prototype some light woodworking items, or of course you can do sketches or some computer works as well over there. Now I'd like to introduce Mio Heki and Atsushi Heki and pass this presentation to them so that they can introduce more in detail about the location that you'll be working on in this program. じゃあ、淳さん、ヘキさん、お願いします。
I'm Atsushi. So now I'll talk about me shortly. So I'm contemporary dancer and researcher of space gravity art and something. So and I was Kyoto Prefecture Arts Advisor and yeah. Then next so about Konoe Air 7. Yeah, this is my grandfather's house, and this house hosted resident artists from the Netherlands, Ireland, India, and other countries. Currently, in town from France is staying long term at Mio Heki's workshop. So they said it was wonderful to be able to stay in Japanese style room. And this residence location located in the area where Kyoto University is situated and close to art museum and other attractions. This district hosts one of Japanese most prestigious traditional festival on February at its and this residence we have big festival with that about hundreds of stores lining the streets. And our residency has a bicycle. You can get on Kyoto City quite well by bicycle. So Kyoto is so easy to move by bicycle. And then next, Miyoheki.
Hello everyone, my name is Miyoheki. I'm a rapper artist based in Kyoto. I've been here about 20 years. First, I'd like to quickly introduce my work. Through my work with Japanese character, I reflect on craftsmanship, materials, and the cycle of nature. I create jewelry using natural materials such as urushi and wood, as well as kintsugi and on other artworks, including performance art and objects. I create works inspired by my interactions with natural objects, materials, and the human body as seen in the photographs. Next, I would like to tell you about the idea of using my old Japanese house in Minose for this project. Minose is located near historical and cultural sites such as Kuramadera Temple and Kifune Shrine and beautiful nature. You can use a traditional Japanese house as a place for your research. The outcomes of the Residency project will be explained later. This building can also be used as a venue for presentations, experimental exhibitions, networking, workshops, and communications. I plan to restore the house as a studio, workshop, exhibition space, and tea room. In the tea room, an aspect of the tea ceremony can be practiced. I hope to put into practice the natural materials and techniques that have developed within Japanese unique environment to the restoration and innovation of this traditional house. Earth, stone, wood, bamboo, urushi my specialty, cloths and fibers, dyes, pottery, metalworks, etc. I welcome a variety of creative output, starting from researching into the traditional materials, techniques, as well as cultural sounding them. Additionally, if you can explore topics related to traditional architecture or carpentry in Kyoto, I would consider those as potential research subjects as well. Being able to work alongside the carpenters during the innovation would be very valuable. Although it has not yet been determined which phase of the renovation will take place during your stay, we plan to outline a specific renovation plan within the next few months. I think if we collaborate on the planning stage of the project, it will be beneficial. Thank you.
Thank you, Atsushi-san and Mio-san. So, yeah, thank you so much. I will then continue to explain about the detail of this open call. はい、ありがとうございます。So, the applicants that we are looking for are who should apply and also engagement with local communities. So we'd like to invite people who have the genuine interest in Kyoto's traditional crafts and cultural heritage. And applicants should be eager to conduct place-based research and engage with local communities. And you can enjoy the dialogue and collaborations across different disciplines. And we'd like you to build a long-term relationship with Kyoto's traditional crafts people and the cultural practitioners and production regions beyond the residency period. So we'd like to welcome you to work in the long term with this area. And we are not limiting any applications to any specific field of creativity. Any discipline can be welcomed. So as the outcome of this research residency program, at the end of your stay, we'd like to request you to give a presentation on what you did during residency, and also give a feedback to the local community and class people, maybe in an open discussion session after the presentation. The outcome doesn't have to be finished artwork or product at the end. It can be a presentation of your research. And then I'd like to explain about the program support. So, yes, and about the financial support of this program. We will give during your residency what's written here. We will provide accommodation, orientation, project coordination, introduction to local communities, free research support, and support for the final presentation and public programs. And for the financial support, we will provide what's written here, 100,000 yen for the grant for the travel, and also another 100,000 yen for the research and production grant. And this travel grant is for the entire program, so you can come in group, but this amount of money has to be split in between the people who would come to the program. And you are granted to stay for 1 month in Kyoto. And the part of your travel in Japan will be also covered by this grant, research production grant, 100,000 yen. And any project-related expenses should be discussed and approved by the program team. And how to apply? So on the 15th of August, the application form will be opened on our website. Please fulfill the form, especially the project proposal needs to be really clearly outlined so that we can understand what you'd like to do. And applicants are capped at the first 50 submissions. We will notify the result at the end of September. And after the result is selected, before you come to Kyoto, we will have an online meeting to go over your plan and make necessary adjustments or coordinations beforehand. And the period of time that you're staying in Kyoto will be 1 month between early January to mid-February. And you can pick the date that you'd like to come. Okay, that's all for the outline of the program. Thank you.
Thank you, 石山さん。ありがとうございます。And yeah, we actually already received a lot of questions. We are going to answer on the Q&A page. So we'll update this page as soon as possible, so you can see the general question on the website as well. So yeah, please check it later. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we are really looking forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.